greatness of Delaware is not just about the people who are moving here and the people who are working here now, it's the people who have been here. You have no idea how rich the artistic theatrical history of this place is. Let me give you one example. Buster Keaton was named Buster Keaton because of something that happened to him here in Delaware, appearing in vaudeville with his parents as a 5-year-old. He took a tumble on stage and somebody said, "That kid's a real buster." And he was Buster Keaton for the rest of his life. You can learn about the amazing theatrical nightlife history of Wilmington at an exhibition right up the street at the Delaware History Museum called Steppin' Out Under the Stars. It's this beautiful exhibition of everything from gowns to musical instruments to photographs to menus, from speakeasies, restaurants, bars, all kinds of places from the turn of the last century up until the 70s. It's amazing. The woman who put it together is here now, is going to show you some images from it. Please welcome Ellen Rendle.
Good evening. So from my desk where I sit across the street every day in the library of the Delaware Historical Society, I figure there are two kinds of people. The people who love history and the people who would rather have a tooth removed than think about or talk about history. But I believe that it's because they've never met a really good historian. Maybe that's a little big-headed of me, I don't know. But those of us at the Historical Society believe that when you know history, your feet are planted firmly on the ground and you have a better understanding of why you are where you are and why it is like it is. And that's just so important for moving forward. So when we heard that the Queen was going to open, we were so excited. This block has been a little empty. We've been trying to keep it going, but we cannot do this. And so we knew that this spot, for the last 130 years, for the vast majority of it, has been a real gathering place, an entertainment venue, and it was coming back. And so we wanted to welcome it. And so the best way that historians can do that is to tell the story. So we thought, all right, we can't just tell the story of our block. Nobody would probably care. So we're going to talk about the history of stepping out in Wilmington. And what does that mean? We soon found that there weren't a whole lot of books about that, so we had to scramble. But we found such a wealth of information. And the way I could see it best was that it was this big tango through time. The tango is a very dramatic dance where there's two partners and sometimes they're in sync and there's great energy and there's great passion. And sometimes that passion turns a little sour and there's palpable tension. And that's what the history of entertainment has been pretty much since the first Europeans stepped onto the ground and we started having towns and cities. And so I know that my slides aren't in sync, not like Leanne. She's a pro. But anyway, one of those partners in this tango in 1774 said, "In Newcastle last Saturday, Satan was diverting the people by a play." That was, I know, Bishop Francis Asbury of the Methodist Church. Time goes on, 1829, and Judge Willard Hall says, "Theater is a nuisance that breeds idle curiosity, leading to drinking and vicious habits." Hear, hear, right? And for those of you who are University of Delaware alum, I think, yeah, me too. I believe we should start a petition to change Willard Hall to Willard Hall Hall, because it's named after Willard Hall. That makes no sense. So, in 1896, the first kiss was produced on film and shown 20 feet high. And the members of the tango partner who saw that, the ones who were kind of nervous about expression, were mortified. They didn't know what was happening to American society. In 1920, well into the dance craze of the 1910s, a place called the Auditorium opened in Wilmington. It was a huge dance hall, could hold a couple hundred dancers, had dances every single night. Can you imagine if we had that today? Well, Reverend Clarence Hubbard of a church in downtown Wilmington said these words in the paper: "The modern dance hall is indeed the gateway to the slime pits of the earth and to eternal hell." Yeah. So in this tango through time, we have these folks who are so passionate about keeping the social mores. And there are very good things about keeping social mores. We heard about urban promise. We cannot dispute that. But then there is this other partner, and that other partner hears the voices of creativity and freedom of expression. And so sometimes in our history we're together, and sometimes we're at great animosity with each other. And what's so interesting as you look into this topic of entertainment and popular culture through time is that those two players have changed over time, but they very much remain the same. And so that was the story that we wanted to tell. But historians can give you words. I can't preach out on the street every day. And so we needed to give you a little bit of eye candy to get this story across, right? So that's what happened next door. Please come visit us. Oh, I'm running late. But we have on display a 1929 silver Phantom Rolls Royce. You saw a picture of it. It's beautiful. Come see it. There are 20 women's gowns on display from 1874 to 1970. Beautiful. Governor's inaugural gowns and just fantastic things. So please come and visit. I am so behind time. But if you just mention that you were here at Ignite Wilmington, we'll give you 50% off the price of admission. Please support your local historians.